What's up, YouTube? Today I'm gonna do an update video on the reptile room. I just got 2 new cages in. So I'm gonna start from the top down. I'm gonna start with the, as you can see now, this is actually 7 cages up. The bottom cage doesn't have nothing in it. That's Nemesis cage, my female green anaconda. She's in a tub right now because she went off a feed, but she's starting to eat like crazy now. So pretty sure by the summer she'll be ready to go back into that cage in the bottom. But yeah, I'm gonna start from the top because everybody's been asking me. A few people actually asked me to show how I'm able to keep my bearded dragon with my Uromastyx. So I'm gonna just run through that real quick. Alright, so get up. You see the Egyptian Euros right there, basking. Don't get to see how much. And then big baby's right there. You're just showing one eye. What are you doing? That's his spot right there. And then there goes my male bearded dragon. Actually shedding. Looking real good. So yeah, basically with this cage, there's 3 different temps in this cage. This cool side where he's at is this end of the cage is the coolest side, and this side gets about 83 degrees, which is what you're gonna need. You're gonna need a cool side for the bearded dragon because the Uromastyx prefer hotter temps. So this is his cool side. It's perfect. Usually on bearded dragons, I think like it between 75 85 for a cool side. He has this UVB here because he likes to, you know, whenever he's chilling, gets to get all that UVB. The middle of the cage, starting right over here, actually, yeah, where I feel the heat and stuff, actually gets to 90, 95 degrees, which is gonna be the cool side for the Uromastyx, especially for the banded. Big baby's a banded Euro, so he prefers to stay from the minute he wakes up every day. He's gonna stay right in this side of the cage. He's gonna go from here to there, and that's it. The Egyptian Euro actually likes to go all over the cage. So from what I read, some Euros are gonna want from 80 to 100 degrees back, cool side. So usually she prefers to be hanging out all the way in the cool side, right above here a lot of times. Even sometimes she even climbs up there and, you know, basking. Now the basking spot the basking spot's a Power Sun 150 watt to hit a good temperature, which is also UVB and UVA. It hits 115 degrees, which is you know, it's a good temp for both species. These Euros are gonna prefer usually 120. The bearded dragons usually want 100 to 110. So he still gets to bask wherever he wants. He could either come here. Sometimes he's up here basking where it's, you know, 95. He's up here and he basks a lot here too. He just, you know, later on the day, if it gets too hot, he'll move away, won't bask as much there. But they only need a bask to digest. That's the whole point of basking. So if it's a little hotter than what he likes it, he's just gonna digest faster, go back up to his you know, get his lighting and his cool side. Definitely want a cool side for your bearded dragons. You don't ever want the whole cage to be in the 90s, which would be perfectly fine for the Euros, but for bearded dragons, you know, that can cause respiratory infection. So you definitely don't, you know, you gotta make it work with, you know, with the gradient heat, the heat temperature gradients, if you're gonna keep, you know, both these species together. Also, next big thing is, you know, each species is gonna have their own personality. You gotta make sure they get along. You know, some animals gonna be, you know, nicer, some animals gonna be nastier. It's just the way it is. You know, they all have their own personality. These guys been with each other for 3 years and they've never fought or anything, so they do great. Both species eat a lot of the same vegetables, so that's not much of a problem. Or I feed them a lot of bearded dragon pellets and iguana pellets. especially for the Euros. Iguana pellets is something you can really feed them a lot, and they seem to do fine with the bearded dragon pellets as well. Insect wise, he gets fed his insects in a bowl, and after he's done eating, I take him away. I don't let the Euros eat any of the dubia roaches or super worms. They never go for dubia roaches anyway, so. But I think she actually went for my finger just now. Yeah, so I also keep a shallow water bowl at the cool side, because the beard is, they drink water every day. Also, he gets soaked once or twice a week. Is she gonna drink? Now, some people are gonna say they don't drink, but the Uromastyx will actually drink about once every 4 months or so. They will attempt to drink. They'll drink, a lot of water. And let's see. No, don't go for my finger. What are you doing? Water? They will drink once in a while, even though kids, a lot of kids, she's gonna say they don't, because they get all the water from their food and stuff like that. They will drink if they want to, so that's perfectly fine, as long as you don't keep the water dish on anywhere in the hot side. And a large water dish, is really dangerous, because it'll raise the humidity to very high, dangerous temps and stuff you don't want it to get to for the Euros. But that's about it. I keep them on sandy chips. Works out great from what I know right now, from what I've been reading about. There's a lot of Euros that are actually getting eye infections, and I forgot what they call it. It's really bad right now with sand. It's because of the dust, so you don't really want to use stuff that has too much dust. Sandy chips doesn't really have dust in it, and this is completely digestible if they eat it. I never seen them eat it though. But yeah, I'm gonna post a link to their fern farm. That's a online site that they specialize in Uromastyx. I think they got like 15 or 20 years. They breed like 7 different species, and with the bandits, they even have banded Egyptian morphs, which is cool. They got like 5 different type of morphs that I hope to get into in the future. So they explain a lot of great stuff on how to care for each species of Uromastyx. Each one I have here, they have, and everything. So. And that's pretty much about it. She's gonna go on high. Yeah, for the digging wise, also they explain which is real. As long as you keep enough hides, your Uromastyx will actually lose the need to want to dig. So it's not too bad. And most people think Uromastyx and bearded dragons are they stay on sand all the time. Actually, they don't. Both species prefer to stay on more of a clay or rock type of ground, which is actually made for digging and allows them to dig and make burrows and stuff like that, and nests to lay the eggs and stuff. They don't really stay on the sand for too long of a period of time. It doesn't support, burrows or anything like that. So, but that's about it. As long as you do everything right, you have the time, patience to pay attention to both, the species. Make sure they get along. Nobody's trying to fight or anything. I've never seen them fight or even attempt to fight or anything like that. They mind their business. A lot of times, all 3 of them will be basking on top of each other. So it's not really any worries, as opposed to keeping 2 male beardeds together or 2 male Euros together. That would be more likely to fight each other rather than these two species actually to bother each other. But that's about it. I'll get down to the rest of the cages.